Alright, so it's 8:30 in the morning and I am right now in this place called Nasik in Maharashtra. Hello, namaskar, and bonjour. Welcome to another episode on Razdan's Holidays. Today we are in the western part of India in the state of Maharashtra in Nasik, and we begin the day by visiting India's own famous vineyards of Sula wine. The Sula Vineyards, known as the Source at Sula, is located about 30 minutes away from the city of Nasik. Sula gives you the opportunity to get intimate with your wines right at their home. These wines are sold all over the world, so it is an interesting experience to visit one of the very few vineyards situated inside India.
Does not mean it's going to be tasting very harsh, it's made very smooth. Try it yourself. The moment you swirl it, okay, you're supposed to swirl this wine, swirl it as much as you can. When you smell this wine smells different because it's made out of a different fruit, a different grape variety.
Okay, so right now I'm at the Sula Vineyards, and with me is another passionate traveler.
Hi.
That's Ayushi, famously known as Purple Clutcher, @Purple Clutcher on Instagram, right? And these vineyards are quite huge, and we just got a tasting session with them.
Wow, it was so lovely.
It was around 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
And they gave us very generously 6 wines to taste.
Exactly.
Not enough though. We could have gone for much longer.
I would have loved to stay here for the sunset, sit by here and have some more wine, not just taste it.
It's quite pretty. Like they've done it really well.
Is. By the way, I loved all the wines, and I didn't know so much about them. I'm like, I think I'm a total noob when it comes to wine, and getting to know so much about it.
Yeah, especially because you live in Gujarat, so you don't.
Yeah, because I live in Gujarat. It's a dry state, so it was quite an experience.
Yeah.
But I feel I'll have to come back again and just spend a good time here, a long time here, because it's quite quick. So yeah.
I think this place you can have a night here and just be here in the vineyards, and they have a restaurant also. Up top. I couldn't get to see the rooms. I would have wanted to do that, but we're really short on time right now.
Exactly.
And I think it's around 6, almost 6 right now, and we are supposed to rush to see the sunset.
Which we are already seeing here though. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
All right. See ya later. Okay. Good morning. Right now we are in Nasik, like I mentioned earlier, and we have quite a long day planned, starting with the Pandav Caves. These are rock-cut caves belonging to the Buddhist monks, just like Ajanta and Ellora, and we have been told there's a long walk up, like you have to climb 250 stairs, and the sun is not being nice to us right now, so I think I'm gonna get quite sweaty. There are about 23 caves here, and apparently they found 3 more caves just last year, interestingly. So that is nice, but apparently we're not allowed to go see those new caves right now, because I think it's still under excavation. I've been to the Ajanta Ellora caves, and they were quite phenomenal. I mean, seeing those caves being rock cut like that, so I'm expecting something similar. So yeah, looking forward. Let's see what we can find. Okay, so I've been just walking around the caves for a bit now, and it's quite an extensive corridor. In all, there are about 23 caves, and they have found 3 more caves, like I mentioned, with just last year. So there is no route as of now to go see those other 3 caves, and that's why we can't see them. I was just trying to gauge how how long back do they go. So I was just told that it goes all the way back to 3rd century BC. So I think this is older than Ajanta and Ellora caves, which is quite incredible. And so they are called Pandav Caves, which is quite interesting, because if you would know about Hindu mythology, Pandav would remind you of the story of Mahabharat, but it does not have anything to do with Mahabharat. How the name came into being is that they were the Hinayana monks who were living here, and they wear the yellow dress, and the yellow actually in I think in Tibetan probably means Punru, and from Punru it became Pandav, and the original name is Pandav Leni. So Leni is cave. So that's how the name came to be, Pandav Caves. Quite interesting. Being a part of history so long way back. I mean, this goes civilizations to civilizations ago. It always intrigues me. I mean, imagine people lived here for this long, and we have the privilege of having proper corridors made, but that time there was nothing like that. The monks usually prefer to be isolated, so that's why they would always look for places which are up in the hills somewhere, and so that they can meditate in peace, and there is no hindrance to their meditation. So it's quite incredible what humans can do, how far they can go, and like cutting these caves with their own hands. It's something it's difficult for me to imagine. Walking towards the Trimbakeshwar Temple gives you an old glimpse of the civilization here. You see many shops selling divine stuff, and devotees eagerly walking towards the temple to have a glimpse of their Lord. What makes this temple even more significant is the fact that the holy Narmada river originates from the pond here located nearby. I can ask you, have you taken your husband to all these places?
He's been to Janta, he's not been to Gokul and all.
Achha, okay. But I think you should like show it to him, no?
Yeah, I know.
Acha, sorry. I'm already very sweaty, it's quite hot. Right now we are at the Trimbakeshwar Temple, which is almost 200 years old. It's near Nasik, about 30 kilometers from here, and holds quite a huge significance for the Hindus because it is one of the 12 Jyotirlingas. And another interesting thing about this temple is that it is very near to this place the origin of Godavari takes place, and Godavari is one of the longest peninsular rivers in India. It's quite crowded, of course, being one of the major temples, and you can come here, do the darshan, which is like they open the gate and you can go see the Shivling over here, and you can then come to this the lake, which is what we visited. It's a small pond, like a kund, that's what it's called in Hindi, and people have their holy bath here. After seeing wineries, caves and temples, we head to see how farming is being transformed near Nasik by empowering women. The orientation begins with brief movie about what is happening here. Okay, so right now we are at this place called Sahayadri Farms, and with me is another passionate traveler. That's Sandhya, famously known as Pink Pebble on Instagram, and so we are in this group together, and it's been quite an interesting experience because I saw like so many women working on the fields here, which was something very nice to see.
Good diversity balance.
That's what, and then so what they have done here is that they have 720 farmers working together as a cooperative. So these farmlands are owned by the farmers, and they do the profit sharing.
So basically it's like a community of 10,000 farmers, out of which like 725 have share in the company.
Yeah.
Literally they have share in the company.
Yes.
They have voting rights, and you should see, I mean, like you saw the factory, right? It is so clean, it's so organized.
Yeah.
State of the art technology. And the grapes looks yum. If only we could eat some.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about this. We don't get to like buy this stuff.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that was the sad part because it's all exported.
Right.
So yeah, nice experience, and now we go to
If you're in
Sula.
Nasik, you should come to visit this place, and it's absolutely free. You don't have to pay
as of now free.
As of now free.
Now we're going to go Sula, and yeah, looking forward. We ended the day with some farm-to-table, fresh organic meal at their in-house restaurant. And this brings us to the end of this episode. Please do subscribe. It would mean a lot. See you in the next one.